Hey everybody, Joe here.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And this is
Candid at the Movies.
This time we'll be talking about the movie Plane that we just got out of the movies to see. It's starring Gerard Butler, who also produces it, as well as Mike Colter. So Dee, give me your thoughts about the intricacies of cinema.
Well, before we talk about the movie, let's talk about etiquette. Like, if you go to a movie theater and you get assigned seats, please sit in your assigned seat. Like, please sit in your assigned seat. It's not that hard. Also,
It happens all the time.
Please don't be watching an episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta in the middle of the movie.
Literally.
Not joking.
Nah.
That happened to us. And
Well, it ain't happened to us. You happened to them.
I just asked them to put their phone up. That's all.
Very loudly, Keisha. Anyway, go ahead with the movie.
But yeah, the movie was actually really good. I enjoyed it. It's similar to Flight with Denzel Washington, in the fact that you're really learning the mechanics of a plane and things like that. But I really found it fascinating. They showed the PR side of what happens during crisis, and so watching them maneuver that and figure things out and do some shady ethical things, I guess, to be able to save folks.
Unethical.
Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
Unethical? Okay. To be able to save lives. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I had a good time.
I did have a good time, and I would say that it is similar to Flight, but there's also a added aspect to it. So Gerard is playing the pilot who's flying from, a bunch of different places, but we find out why he's no longer getting the first tier flights. And so he gets into this whole conundrum. Why? Because they're trying to save money. They're like, oh, we'll fly through this storm. Well, what about this route? Because it goes around the storm. Well, by the time you get over there, the storm is going to be over on the other end.
Like he can control weather.
Like he could. Who does that?
People trying to save money, apparently.
You are not Storm from the X-Men, okay? You can't just move a storm. The storm's going to be there. So the storm was there when they got there. And so they had to, since the plane, struggled getting through the storm, they had to make an emergency landing on an island that is not military controlled by any country.
No, government controlled either.
Or government controlled. And they had to find their way out, as well as a way to get their passengers safe and back home with their families, which was very interesting. And, Mike Colter, he played a citizen, like somebody who was being extradited on murder. And you can see that in the trailer, so that's not a spoiler. But he goes through his own bit of a redemption arc as well. And I think that it was shot very well. The plot was simple, but it worked. Yeah. What do you think about the plot?
The plot was very simple. Very simple. But it worked. It worked for this because you get caught up in the action, I feel. And you find yourself like rooting, like, come on y'all, run faster, run faster.
I would, honestly, with this one, I wouldn't mind having a sequel with Mike Colter as our main character, though, honestly, because he showed that he isn't all bad, and I want to know more about his side of the story. So
he represents a very gray moral area.
Yeah, which are the types of characters I really like. So D, even though this movie Plane is the plainest plane movie name that I could have ever we're not grading this based off of the name of the movie. No. I can guarantee you that. But the name of the movie, Plane, just being plain, is plain. And it doesn't tell you anything.
Yay, alliteration.
D, so what would you...
But I would score C+, B-. I had a good
Which
time.
Which one is it?
We'll go B- because I really had a good time. It was enjoyable.
Okay, I will also go... actually, no. I'll probably go a solid B, to be honest. I had a good time with this movie, and I wasn't expecting much out of it.
Yeah. Expectations were low.
I can honestly say that it didn't leave like a huge dent, and like it wasn't something that I'll think about over and over again. There was no like lesson that I really thought about.
It was a good time killer.
It was a good time
It was a good time killer.
So it's a great time. It's a great time if you want to watch something action-y, if that's a word. So let us know down in the comments below whether or not you're going to go see this movie. Please give it a chance. And I've been Joe.
I've been Dee.
And this is Candid at the Movies. Please click that like, share, and subscribe, as well as hit that notification bell. And we'll check y'all later. Have a contastic day.
Bye.